All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, any part of the world you might be watching this from. My name is Inka. I'm a digital marketer and also an online business coach. I've been in this space of doing business online for way over 20 years now. And I'm super excited to quickly use this short video to present this amazing business opportunity, which is called SMART. Yes, which is called SMART to you right here with this little short video presentation. I've been doing this business since way back as June 2025. So basically, by default, if you check my calendar here, it's over 7 months now, and I've been enjoying this brilliant business opportunity. You understand? So I want to just quickly use this video to also introduce you and, of course, to just quickly do a summary of how this business work, what it entails, and, of course, how you can start making money like I and, of course, my other business partners that have been making money also too with this amazing opportunity. All right, so to make it very simple and easy for you, first of all, this is a meme coin trading opportunity. When we talk about meme coins are like cryptos, they are cryptocurrencies, but I usually call them the synthetic cryptocurrency. Synthetic in terms that, in essence, or let me say, it's synthetic for the basic or simple fact that they are not like the mainstream cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, that are most of the time affected by fundamental news. You understand? For memcoin, a lot of the time it's just based around hypes. You understand? Hypes means that, okay, the people who created the coin, they create some marketing hypes around it, they create some noise on the space digitally to just, try and get people to want to, like, buy into, that coin. You understand? And of course, since it's meme also too, because people will just keep buying on those marketing eyes, they don't actually last for a long time in terms of they are not coins that you could actually say you want to be buying and holding for years, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. No, they're just coins that you can quickly flip in terms of you can just flip them and turn them into make fast money from them within seconds and minutes. You understand? So, but going through those technicalities of saying, for example, let's say I want to buy this coin now, which is called Six. I can see their names too. Very, very funny names. You understand? So, for example, now if you want to buy this coin now, you need to at least have some in internal information, yes, about when this coin is going to be listed, and you quickly jump in. Like for example, now if you're buying this meme coin, you quickly jump in here, and as soon as people are actually putting in money into it, you could actually take your own exit here within seconds. If you check the space from here, 4:45 to here, which is around okay, let's look at when this particular coin started. Yes, 4:40, and it's been moving up. You understand? So the space of just from 4:40 to 4:41, which is just like 1 minute, is what actually led to this pump. You understand? Of course, if you bought here, this will have been a good profit for you. You understand? So, but I'm not here to start explaining all these manual technical jargons, so you know. We actually have a bot that does all this work of buying and selling, for you, which is this particular smart trading bot. So what you're seeing right here on my screen is the smart trading bot. And right here, we are going to be looking at the two major bots that actually Smart has created to help us make money and also the strategies involved. One thing I avoid doing is that I just don't like just dumping things on people. I like to at least make you understand briefly the strategies, how the boat works, so that at least if you are putting in your money, you know exactly what it's getting into, and of course, you know exactly what that your money is going to be doing to generate some profit for you. So these two boats are basically what Smart has created. The first one is called the sandwich boat, and the second one is called the atomic arbitrage boat. These two are basically where you are going to, or let me say, where your money is going to be going into. Either of the two, you could either decide to start from testing with the sandwich boat, or you could start off with the atomic arbitrage boat. So let's quickly look at what each one of these boats actually does, how it makes money. So the first particular boat here is what we call the sandwich boat. So let me just quickly show you how the sandwich boat actually works. So let's look at it directly from what I did here. So the sandwich trading boat, which is created by Smart, is basically a mempool queue tracking boat. It tracks what transactions is going on the mempool. And by the way, what is mempool? Mempool is basically, it just simply means the order book where people actually buy where people buy and sell orders or transactions happen in crypto. You understand? In crypto. You understand? We call it for centralized exchange, it is called order book. You understand? And for DEX, which is decentralized exchanges, it's always called mempool. You understand? So this mempool, where people buy and sell orders actually gets listed, is where this bot actually does his own trading activities on. You understand? So what it's going to be doing is that it's going to jump straight into that mempool and look at how it can jump ahead of the queue. You understand? Once it gets ahead of the queue and everybody behind it start buying, it will now do what we call a back running, or let me say, closing out his own trade as soon as people start, the price of that particular meme coin start jumping up. In crypto, what moves price is just simple demand. You understand? More demand, you understand? More demand on that particular crypto leads to more price appreciation. You understand? So that is exactly what this boat is actually working. So it's just going to jump into the queue. If you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5, 6. You understand? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 others are on the queue. You understand? The boat is going to find a way to jump. Once it comes into the pool and you see, wow, there's 10, 10, 10, up to 10 orders, and maybe each one of them is having like $100, $200 that wants to buy into a particular coin, is going to find a way to jump ahead of this number one guy. You understand? So you are going to be seeing smart boats here. You understand? So it will quickly buy before this number 1, 2, 3 up to 10 buys. You understand? So once it does that, and since price actually moves based on the numbers of buy orders and the price shoots up. Immediately the price shoots up, is going to execute the last part of the trade, which is called the back running, and takes its profit automatically. You understand? So sorry about that. So by default, what it does is just looking ahead of it. And for you to be able to even see this trade, you can actually go to where we call the sandwich stacks here, where you can track every single one of these trades one after the other on chain. You understand? The beautiful part of this book is that these are not simulated trades. You can actually see how the trades are working. So what I just explained theoretically is what you can see here practically. You understand? So the boat starts from the buy. You can see it bought with 5.564 Solana. It jumps ahead of the queue. And as soon as other queues start filling up, you start seeing it to just be taking its own exit. And all this transaction, can see this particular transaction was done. Oh, sorry. It's real trade, so that's why I have to be very fast. You can see. So some other trader came. So 5.564, and immediately did that buying. Some other trades started coming. The big buyers, those ones on the queue, started buying also, so the price shot up. You can see it now exited the trade with what, 6.596 Solana. So what's the profit at that particular stage? What that means is that it has actually made a very, very sharp profit of 6 points. Let's do 6 points. Let me bring it back up again. 6.596. 6.596 minus, let's look at it, 5.56, all right? Minus 5.564. So it has made a profit of 1.03 Solana. Of course, at the current price of 97.3 for Solana, that's not small profit. That's over $97 it has made already. You understand? So it keeps doing this, scanning the mempool on GMGN. GMGN is a decentralized exchange where this particular bot actually is connected with. On GMGN, of course, we have a lot of other multiple DEX is connected with it. GMGN is just like a platform that is holding a lot of DEX in it. You understand? So it continues doing that transaction every now and then. If you want to also prove this, you can actually go on chain. Just tap on this small button here, this place that my cursor is hovering over. So let's say, for example, I want to be exactly sure the numbers of the coin exactly that, but I'll just tap on this and it will take me straight to the blockchain. So let me just click on it. Let me just tap on this so that it can show us the full transactions in real time. Let me quickly do that now. So I'm going to click on this and I can see. So what you tap on is just take you straight to the blockchain where you can even verify the trades directly on chain. So here you can see it's taking me straight to Solana scan and I can see the trades as it happens in real time. You can see what's going on here. You understand? So you can check and verify these trades real time as the transfers are happening. You can see directly right here on chain. You understand? So that is basically about this first boat, which is the sandwich boat. The other one, which is called the atomic arbitrage boat, let's also look at it directly on chain. Let's quickly look at the trade. So how does that one work also? It's very simple. It's very simple in the sense that it just works on what we call price discrepancy or gaps on different decentralized exchanges. So this one is not working. Sandwich Trade does all its own transaction on one exchange, but Atomic Boat does its own transaction on two or more decentralized exchanges. So you're just working at around price discrepancy. So for example, for those of us that are at least conversant with different exchanges, we have an exchange like, let's say, Binance, we have Bybit, we have Bitget. You understand? So on all these exchanges, let's say, for example, the price of Bitcoin is, let's say, 10,000 on Binance. You will also notice that the price on Bybit, there will be some little bit of difference. It could just be maybe 10,010. That $10 gap difference. You understand? On Bitget, the price might be around, let's say, 10,000. It can even be lesser. It could be around 999. Let's say 9,910. You understand? You see that there will always be some little price discrepancy. Like here, there's a 10 gap, there's a minus 90 gap, and this one is 10,000. So if you have a very, very fast trading boat, it could just look for the exchange on which the price is less. You could just buy it at 9,910 on Bitget and instantly go and sell it on Binance at 10,000. So the difference in terms of the profit there is now the difference between 10,000 and 9,910. That's like $90 profit. You understand? So atomic arbitrage both basically works on this principle. You understand? Just basically works on this principle of the price gaps between different meme coins on different decentralized exchange. Let's look at it also to directly on chain. All these things, don't worry. By the time you have your account, once you've registered and you've activated your bot, you can also verify all these trades online. So let me click on this. So let's look at this particular trade now. You can see as the trade is happening, you see directly on chain, like I said. So you see, yeah. So this, for example, it bought Solana, 7.21 Solana, and it used it to buy USDT on which exchange? 05. This 05 is a decentralized exchange. You understand? It now took this USDC bought on 05 and went to convert to use it to buy USDT on what? SoFi V2, which is also a decentralized exchange, and automatically, finally, it sold that USDT back again to Solana on Radium Concentralized Liquidity. It's also like a decentralized exchange. You understand? So it started from 7.21 and it closed out at 7.223. So the difference now in terms of the profit made now is now 7.223 minus 7.211. That is now where the profit. So you keep seeing it, small profit. You can see the profit here, 0.443, 0.41, very, very small profit. But it does that repeatedly around the clock, 24 hours. You understand? So, but in order for you to be able to easily absorb all this, you don't need to stress yourself in terms of saying, okay, I want to now start taking the trades manually. No. As the bot is making the profit, you also have a section in your back office here that is where this place called the total estimated earnings. As it's making a profit, it's going to be dropping it right here for you. This is for the sandwich boat. For the arbitrage boat, you also have a section also to your back office here that as it is making the profit also to is dropping also to in your account there. You understand? So to now simplify the whole workflow so that it will not be something too complex for you to be able to properly start doing, on the immediate, you could just look at it that, okay, as your earnings is coming, is dropping well in this place called your asset wallet, and you can always do your withdrawal any time of the day. The minimum withdrawal is $10. You understand? So anytime you want to withdraw is just $10. You understand? So here is, for example, a list of some withdrawals I've done, and I do these withdrawals virtually every day. Don't be shocked at this 181. In fact, we have people now that are doing even way more than this, $1,000, $2,000 every day in SMARTS. You understand? It's just about you saying, okay, you want to get started in it. You understand? So this is the withdrawals. You can do it, and it's in seconds. Why? Because this particular bot is actually connected to different smart contracts. So you can see this is like decentralized assets. This is a summary of some of the trade records in terms of the profits it has made from the different smart contracts that this particular bot is connected to on all different exchanges around, decentralized exchanges around the world. You understand? So this is how the profit comes. You understand? So as it's coming in, you can do your withdrawals. You understand? So quickly bring it all into context so that it will not be, I don't want this video to be too long, just something short for you to be quickly understand everything. There's this other way you can also make money from smart book, which is called the referral system. You understand? I call it like the second streams of income you make, apart from the passive income of the boat doing the trading, generating profit for you based on your capital. I advise you start with minimum $100 or more. You understand? At least with that, you should be making between, let's say, 0.4% to at least up to like 1.92% every day, because that's how the boat trade. There is no fixed profit here. So that's why if you see on some of the graphs here, the times of the profit made in the past, let's say for the last 30 days, you see that the graph is not growing in a straight line, because this is not a Ponzi arrangement. No, the profit keeps changing per day. It all depends on how many coins is able to flip around based on the arbitrage and also based on the sandwich boat. You understand? So this, for example, is the graph of the sandwich. If you go to the arbitrage boat also to you see the last history in terms of the prices, the profit it has made. You understand? This arbitrage book was just launched some like 3 weeks ago. That's why this one is short. You understand? We've been using the sandwich book since last year, but this one was just launched January 16th. You understand? So that's why you see that the graph here is small. You understand? So as those profits are being made, if you are also sharing the opportunity in terms of you are selling the boats, some of your downlines are jumping in to buy the boat also too, you can also make what we call some extra income for yourself. How does that work? It's simple. Every day that people that you refer join the system and the boat makes profit for them, out of the profit the boat makes for them, you get some percentage cut from 10% to 5% spread down 20 levels. You understand? So if, for example, the total community profit yesterday now, as you can see, made by my community was 3,789.43. On this 3,789, some of them that are on my indirect, I got 5% of these 3,000, not on their capital. That's the difference between these and other systems. It is not paid out on the capital, it is paid on the profit. It is after profit has been generated. You understand? So the normal flow of the profit generation in smart boat is that every day that the boat makes profit, let's quickly look at it. Any profit it makes in it, let's say for example, it's making a profit of 2%, or let me say 2%. Yeah, let's say it makes profit of 2% today. 54% of this 2% goes to investors, while the remaining 46% is now the one that is shared, to team builders, people who are building the system. So after this 46% now is where the 10% on the first level and 5% spread down 20 levels is now also being generated. So it could actually be something significantly huge. You understand? So you can actually see how this actually works. I can see that this is a boat that has been built from scratch to make a lot of sense. You understand? To also make it easier to all these contracts that you are seeing here, you can also have access to some of them, and you can even track all these trade directly on chain. Like for example, this is one of the contracts that the boat is actually connected with. So as you are making your deposit, the deposit goes straight as it's coming into your back office here. It goes straight back again into this contract, and the contract based on whether it's the sandwich boat you are buying on arbitrage boat, it takes the trade from there, picks it, and you can track all the trade directly. You can see per second trades are happening. You know, so that's why it's a boat. It's not sleeping. It's we humans that sleep. It doesn't sleep. It just keep taking its own profit, keep making profit around the clock for everybody. You understand? So to get the boat, the cost is just 50 dollars. You understand? For the sandwich boat, it is $50. For the arbitrage boat, it is $100. So you can decide on which one you want to start with. You understand? So arbitrage boat gives between 0.5% to 5%. Okay, let me just quickly spell it out here. So for the arbitrage boat, it does between, yeah. So let me just put it here, 0.5% every day to 5%. Why? Because this one, there's always a lot of trades around for it to catch up with, because it's just around price gaps. You understand why this does between 0.3% to 2% also to every day. You understand? So that is the index. So the cost of this is $50, like I said. Why the cost of this is $100 to have. You understand? So if you want to get started on anyone, you want to buy any one of it, just reach out to whoever sent this video to you. You understand? And of course, they will be able to guide you on how to deposit and how to make your withdrawals every day. On this note, I want to just appreciate you for watching this through. Thank you so much, and God bless. See you on the inside. Thank you.